Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. Mark again here, WeatherMan Plus. Now, I'm going to update you on these storms. These first two storms, just like yesterday, I'm still showing a lot of strength. The second one in the update is showing more strength than the first one, believe it or not, the one we're about to deal with on Friday. Now, these storms are also bringing feet of snow. GFS was correct once again, and it is bringing a lot of snow to a lot of people. Now, this morning, you can see all this pink. These are all your flood gauges. And the moderate is a red, but once you get to that pink, it's already at flood stage. And these storms are going over the same path. Now, this is NAM 3K. Y'all know how I feel about NAM 3K. We'll have more information in 24 hours from HRRR. But you can see how some storms start to build up as you go through Friday. So we're just seeing the beginning of it, but there's a lot of information that we can see just with that little bit. So if you've never been here before, make sure you subscribe. I am all year long. I'm just going to make this quick and sweet. Just give you the updates of what we have compared to yesterday's video. I'm not going to update the Arctic blast on this one. This one's just going to show you these next two storms because we already have a day 7 now on storm number 2 of 15%, a big area. And I expect it to grow even more because that storm looks stronger. The only good news about that storm is that it looks like a quick mover. And we still have that third storm coming to cut off low. Matter of fact, this morning it's looking like it could hold itself together, still be a cutoff low, somewhat still connected to the jet stream, but still get stronger and come more inland, which is not good. We'll update that as we get a little bit closer. So the first storm coming in, we have some storms passing through for overnight Thursday into Friday morning. But Friday, you can see how it just ramps up. And look how tightly wound, and it gets very strong, a 980-something millibar storm. It's still, cyclogenesis is still a strengthening low pressure as that comes in and brings a lot of severe weather with it and some snow. Now, after this passes, we do have another little system that's going to sweep on through. That's not going to do too much, bring some storms. But we still have that next one coming in on the 3rd through the 5th. And this one is taking a high ridge, a fast track to the upper Midwest. And this is where it's going to add more snowfall, a lot more snow. And you can see, according to Euro, you still have that third one coming in sometime around the 8th through the 10th, still bringing that big flood problem. It looks different because it's too far to be known still, guys. It's still 10 days out on that one, but we still have it coming. Now, it has scaled back, but starting tomorrow, there is going to be a tornado section, a 2% as it builds up to the big event for Friday. So there's a 2% chance for tornadoes for tomorrow, and this is the cities and states that's at risk, all the way from Oklahoma City all the way into Kansas. There's also some wind and some hail involved, so just be aware of that. It's only 5%, but it's still a threat. National Weather Service has it out for tomorrow, for Thursday. Isolated strong storms may produce hail across parts of northern Nebraska into southeast South Dakota Thursday evening. A more conditional threat for severe thunderstorms will exist late Thursday afternoon into early Friday morning across parts of western North Texas, Oklahoma, and eastern Kansas. But as that goes into Friday, so for Thursday, you have your tornado section right here. Then it grows overnight into early morning hours for all of this. If you notice, it's still at enhanced. I will update you as that comes out, but now we can see a little more information. The whole area has a significant severe section as well as a 30%, guys, for severe weather. Significant severe is all the way from Memphis, Tennessee, St. Louis, Missouri, Des Moines, Iowa, Little Rock, Arkansas, and Springfield, Missouri. But you can see the whole section, including the 15%. It is going to be a pretty severe. I think there could be a chance for nocturnal tornadoes for overnight Thursday into early Friday morning. Then it's going to boom up for Friday as we get all that daytime heating. And remember, the next storm coming next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, is bigger and stronger than this. But here's your cities and states at risk. Your 30% being in the red, your 15 in the yellow, and your 5 in the brown. And don't forget about the significant severe in the white. Now, significant severe could either be a 2-inch or greater diameter hail, or it could be EF2 strength or stronger wind gusts or tornadoes. Either one can do such big damage. So we'll update you as we get closer and better information. But National Weather Service has it as a potentially intense and widespread severe thunderstorms are expected Friday afternoon into overnight hours across portions of the middle Mississippi Valley and mid-south vicinity, eastward to the lower Ohio and Tennessee valleys. Damaging gusts and tornadoes will be the main hazards with this activity. Now, we can't see super far because HRRR is only 48 hours. It is the most accurate. I guarantee you we're going to see different information than we're seeing with the NAM now. but the NAM gives us a little glimpse. So as we look with the NAM, which you should take with a grain of salt, it will change. It does show with our cape, with our lift, our potential energy, that we have a lot of strong energy going all the way up towards Kansas, all the way till Friday morning at 8 o'clock. And I will show you the chances also for a tornado to pop up in this with the wind shear. And as you look, as you go through the morning, we get a daytime heating, and then right around 11 o'clock, you get a little bowing out in it, but it starts growing into what we're going to have. That's why I said we can barely see into the future of these models of what could possibly happen. But when you look at your significant tornado perimeters, this puts wind shear into value. It puts a lot of instability into value with the cape I just showed you. You can see as you go into Friday morning that it really ramps up for chances for tornadoes for northern Texas, panhandle of Texas, as it goes through Oklahoma and Kansas all morning long for Friday. Could have a chance for a nocturnal in there. But as we get a daytime heating and it kicks into our main event, you can barely see a little glimpse of it, but it's really starting to bring in some big numbers of significant value. You can see how you got all the purples in here now, and that's almost on the max. The beginning of it, this is at 1 p.m. in the afternoon as far as we can see so far, and we can't see that far with HRRR yet, but it's starting to show that it is going to be a strong event. And remember, the next storm is stronger than this one, because you can look and see for your precipitation. Now you can see the precipitation really didn't build up yet. So we got some storms that's going to pass by. It is bringing some chances for freezing rain, some chances for some snow, and that's going to be way northern tier. But as it starts ramping up, that's as far as we can see. Right when these cells starts popping up, we really can't see too far just yet. But it is a lot of instability. There's a lot of shear on these storms, and it is going to grow pretty big. You can also see when you check with the Euro that all the instability, all the cape, all the lift is strong. All morning Friday comes all the way up towards Nebraska and Iowa. And as you go into the afternoon, it grows even more. Look at this. You got to have strong instability all the way up towards Wisconsin. And these are some pretty strong numbers. This is going to be severe thunderstorms. Could be a lot of lightning strikes in there. And you could get some hail out of that as well. As you get that big line all the way from Texas all the way to Iowa as you go to the Friday afternoon. And it kind of weakens and dies off early in the morning. Still have a lot of strong instability, especially in the south. Then we get that next system that's going to pass by, and that's showing even more strength. So as we go through Sunday, we get that little system that comes through, that little group of storms. Could be some hail into it, could be a lot of lightning. So far, not showing any threat for tornadoes or anything. But once you go Tuesday and Wednesday, then we start getting the reds in there. And this is by the Euro, usually a little more detail. As you go into Tuesday, you see how it builds all the way up from Texas and just booms all the way to Iowa by Tuesday morning. And we're talking about over 2,000 joules early in the morning. So I'll guarantee you that that is going to ramp up a little bit more. But look at this shot. You're going to have a surface low right about here. You have all this vorticity pulling around this system. And all this is going to probably be a big straight line event. I think we're just going to see a big... Could be a derecho go all the way across because it is showing a lot of grouping, a lot of instability. All this will group up, and then it would form that front line and move across all evening long. So we definitely got to watch out for the second storm, not just the first storm. The first storm showing a lot of strength. That second storm showing to be a quick mover, taking a high ridge, but a lot of instability all the way to Minnesota. So when you check your lightning strikes, chances for hail as well. A strengthening storm, you have a lot of lightning in that as well. So as you go into tomorrow, you start going into tomorrow night, you start getting some lightning. You get some strong strikes for Nebraska, also for Texas. And that's why you have that little bit of chance for that hail, that little outlook. You see I have a little white as well in there for Nebraska and South Dakota, southern Minnesota, Texas, and Arkansas all evening long. Then once you go into the morning hours, look how it stretches all the way into Wisconsin. So as these storms pass by all Friday morning, then it really ramps up for Oklahoma, goes into Arkansas, southern Missouri, chances for hail and all that. That's all lightning strikes. That white is indicative to large hail potentially, guys. That's up to 2 inches. Then as you go through the afternoon, it just booms all the way to Wisconsin, Minnesota, some strong storms. And this is just a big band that's just going to push to the east. A lot of storms for Arkansas as well and Illinois, but look how it goes all afternoon long. Then it goes into the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes. A lot of storms passing through as you go through Friday evening. Then it miles down as you go early in the morning for Saturday. Still have thunderstorms in the south at that time. So it is going to be a long storm, a pretty big event with the first one. Then that second one kicks in. The second one's coming in after you get that little squall of storms. Remember, it's coming over Saturday and Sunday. That's going to bring some chances for hail. You might have an outlook for that as well. But as you go Tuesday into Wednesday on that second one, it goes all the way up towards Iowa, Minnesota, the Dakotas, Nebraska, Wisconsin, and Illinois. Chances for large hail and those lightning strikes as you go through Tuesday afternoon. And look how quick it just dissipates. It moves to the east pretty fast. And it is moving pretty fast, guys. Look at these storms going all the way from Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois. Groups up in the afternoon for Tuesday for Indiana. Goes to Michigan, Ohio. A big widespread. Now, that looks like a lot of damaging winds that'll be pushing that out right there as you go through Wednesday morning, overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. So we could have 2 days of possible nocturnals coming. Still showing consecutive with GFS that you have widespread 50 and 60 miles per hour wind gusts coming with this system. Widespread 50s, and 50s can cause power outages, guys. It can knock trees down. And you get into the 60s. It always showed a hot spot right here for eastern Kansas, also for Missouri, where it could be high 60s, maybe even get into the 70s as it goes further to the east, all the way towards Long Island with high 50s and 60s coming with it as well. And the Euro has seen this a little bit milder, but the Euro is taking that second storm stronger. You see how it's showing it a little bit milder. You still have your 50s and your 60s in it. Still a lot of strong winds, but the Euro is taking that second storm stronger. As that second one comes in, the damaging winds builds up on that event. And the Euro is showing a lot of strong winds on that one, guys, where you're getting over 70, the highest being 89 miles per hour wind gusts, higher elevations of New Mexico. But Colorado, also for Kansas. Look at all these browns. All these browns are in the 70s, not to mention the 60s, and not to mention you just had 50s and high 40s compared to Euro, 50s and 60s is GFS, but let's just say high 40s and 50s. You just had that right before that, so it's going to train over the same areas. I guarantee this will cause power outages, if not on the first storm. When that second one hits with that 1-2 punch, it's really going to be rough. Now, so far, National Weather Service has put out a day 7, guys, and it's already a big 15% area for day 7. And this is for Tuesday going into Wednesday for Memphis, Tennessee, Nashville, St. Louis, Missouri, Louisville, Kentucky, and Shreveport, Louisiana. So now you can see with the Euro as you go Thursday evening, overnight into Friday morning, that the first system starts building up pretty strong, bringing a lot of storms, goes on a high ridge all the way down to a 988 millibar by the time you go into Friday evening, guys, right after lunchtime. Bring a lot of storms, bringing that snowfall on a wraparound, also some high winds. You can see the isobars are starting to tighten up on that system. And as that pushes off to the east, still strong, 984. Matter of fact, it's strengthening all the way from us into Canada. Then we got that second system come by after we get this little group of storms coming Saturday and Sunday. That second system come by in the same area, bringing even higher winds. Look at the isobars on that system, guys. Getting all the way down to a 971 millibar storm. The second one is definitely stronger than the first one. And there's that bowing out I showed you. That could be a big old squall line. Maybe even a potential derecho come out of that as you go late Wednesday into Thursday. But look at those isobars. Those isobars are really tight. We haven't seen tight isobars like that yet for this year. It's not saying much because we're only into March, but for the last 3 months, this is starting to get more and more severe, guys. We're really going out like a line and coming into April like a line as well. But like I said in the beginning of the video, GFS was correct once again on the snowfall, and so far it is bringing some pretty heavy snow. And it is coming in as you go through Friday morning. There is going to be that little swath that's going to be for the upper Midwest, maybe a little bit of freezing rain, a little bit of mix getting into that. But as that little other piece comes in for Friday evening, the little strip for the upper Midwest, it is going to bring with that cold air, major snowfall. And so far it's still bringing a lot of snow, over a foot. For South Dakota, right across Minneapolis, northern Wisconsin, and the UP. So that is bringing a lot of snowfall. And then that second one is still coming right across not only the severe weather, the damaging winds, chances for tornadoes, it's still bringing a lot of snow with that as well. And it's not just the GFS. The Euro is agreeing with the GFS once again, and it's also agreeing on that second storm bringing feet of snow as well. So how much, we really don't know yet till it gets closer, but so far potentially 1 to 2 feet of snowfall still coming. And you can still see this on Weather Prediction Center for the risk of heavy snow from April 5th through April 11th. All this purple, including the higher elevations of California, that you have a chance for heavy snow, the snowfall I just showed you. And we still have that cutoff low that's coming in, and so far it's hugging the coast a little more and a little bit less of a cutoff low, which isn't good. You can see how the jet stream stays further to the north, but you see how it still holds on to that cutoff low. You see how it's still connected to it as that swings into the south, still connected to the jet stream, so it's not quite a cutoff low. But the worst part is that it's swinging it in with more intensity because it's not a cutoff low. So it is going to be a stronger storm, and it could stay there a while as the jet stream moves along until this next system comes in and sweeps that through. So that could be another bad event as well. Matter of fact, the flooding has gone up some. Now Weather Prediction Center has that second storm putting it in a high section, guys. So you have the moderate, the slight risk, and the high section right here for heavy precipitation from the 5th all the way to the 11th. This is on that second system, and possibly a third adding to it as well. Still showing a great bit of heavy precipitation. All this for the upper Midwest is going to be snow. We have a lot for the West Coast as well. Chances for Washington, Oregon getting 2 to 4 inches of precipitation. Some of that snow, a lot of that not. So there will be some flash flooding coming out for that. Then as that cutoff low comes in, it just adds to the area. So it really is going to be a big flooding event as that keeps showing true. But let's just stay with just the first 2 storms. You can see with the flooding event that it really adds up to a lot. Not only for Illinois, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, upstate New York. A lot of heavy precipitation, including Michigan, that it could create a lot of flooding problems. Your flood stages are already over flooding. They're not extreme yet, but I imagine they will turn extreme. Also bringing a lot of rainfall towards Washington, Oregon, and Northern California. Now remember, we are giving away another one of these solar weather stations. We do it every other day. It's very easy to install. You can put it on your fence. You can put it on the post. It's very simple, and it connects to weather on the ground. So all you got to do is be a subscriber, hit the like button, and put the comment WeatherMan in the comments below. I will announce the winner for tomorrow. And remember, if you ever hear from Telegram in the comments, haven't seen them lately, but if Telegram comes in, Telegram is a scam. Do not fall for it. Don't talk to them. YouTube don't do much about it, guys. There's not much I can do about it except tell you to just ignore them and block them. I will pick the winner for tomorrow. Now, I want to speak to you today on Psalm 8. Start you off in a great day. Brighten your mood. I don't want to never bring gloom and doom. Psalm 8, 1 through 6. O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth, who has set thy glory above the heavens. Out of the mouth of babes and sucklings hast thou ordained strength because of thine enemies, that thou mightest still the enemy and the avenger. When I consider thy heavens, the works of thy fingers, the moon and the stars, which thou hast ordained, what is man, that thou art mindful of him, and the Son of Man, that thou visited him? For thou hast made him a little lower than the angels, and hast crowned him with glory and honor. Thou madest him to have dominion over the works of thy hands. Thou hast put all things under his feet. Amen. How great God is, huh? God bless you all. Have a great day. And remember, through your day, always give thanks to God for everything that comes in your life. Because without him, we wouldn't have any of it. We'll just have our own destruction that we create ourselves. All glory always goes to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And may he always protect you and keep you safe and keep peace and love in your hearts. That's most important, because what comes out of your heart is what defiles you. So keep peace and love in your heart, guys. Have a great day. I'll give you another update early tomorrow morning. I wish the best for every single one of you. And always give thanks to your Father, for he is watching every second of your life. Amen. Hallelujah. Have a great day, everybody.